Prime
Previously on the FIFA 23 RTG.
In today's video, we have a FUT Birthday Team 2 player. Essentially, we've cleared out all the high-rated fodder we just got. But guys, I brought the heat. I brought the damn heat. Anyone who says different doesn't know how much grind actually went into this video, right? So guys, here we go. I'm going to tack on some gameplay footage right after. But guys, can we get something huge? Right? I'm expecting nothing, but here we go. Wow! We get 93 Eusébio. Oh, man. That is absolutely wild. And you know he's going to be good in-game. 5-star weak foot. 4-star skill moves. Guys, absolutely insane. Insane, insane. 93 dribbling. Guys, his aggression's a little low. His strength's a little low. But, guys, his stamina is extremely high. Really good heading accuracy. 93 Eusébio makes it into the side. Oh my god. Guys, I brought the freaking heat. I'm going to play him with a hunter, obviously, right? And he's going to be goated in-game, right? I don't know if I...
What is going on, guys? Sid here with another FIFA 23 video, and welcome to the RTG on this channel. And behold, people, the new squad. So, shortly after I got the Eusébio finished, guys, I went straight into grinding mode, did marquee matchups, was able to get to like approximately like 35,000 coins. Then I cleared out the club. Anything that I could have quick sold, I quick sold. And guys, I picked up this Alban Lafont card in a couple videos ago. I packed him, but I didn't even get to try him out in the side. But guys, look at the side. Perfect chemistry, and the players that you see on the screen right now are just absolutely probably at the lowest rung of the god tier section of players, right? So, the amount of compensation that you have to do in terms of like playing, right, against pro level players and high level elite players and D1 players, and you know the deal, right? It's very minimal, right? You have to exert the least amount of like extra effort, right? So that's what we actually want to see, guys. And we have a Eusébio player review essentially, and we're trying him out in 3 FUT Champs levels matches, right? And it's nothing but FUT Champs levels matches, right? FUT Champs level matches, right? So guys, we're jumping straight into the first match. We're trying out Eusébio. He's up top with Kylian Mbappe. We put Stoichkov back in the starting squad, right? He is my left winger. My right winger is Jorginho, right? My 2 center mids are that Emmanuel Petit that we packed a couple videos ago. He's paired alongside Xabi Alonso, right? And in our back line, we've got Maldini in the back. We've got Sergio Ramos back in the starting lineup. We've got Capdeville on the left-hand side, and on my right-handed side, we've got Zambrotta. Guys, I don't need anything. My bench is stacked as well, right? At a certain point, it becomes overkill when you have the correct players. We're trying out Eusébio with a Hawk chem style. I know at the beginning of the video, I got really excited super fast, right? And I said we're going to try him out with a Hunter. No, we're going to try him out with a Hawk because it boosts the relevant stats necessary to really just make that card so super aggressive and to fight for the ball in the front, right? And you just want to finish with him because he's got that 5-star weak foot, he's got the 4-star skills, and he's paired up next to Kylian Mbappe, who has the 5-star skills, right? And he's agile as hell, right? So, guys, I'm telling you right now, I got a cough. I'm telling you right now, no joke, this is my first match. I played 2 matches last night, right? And then I got into a match really early on, right? I played 2 matches after I built up enough, like, coinage for the Lafont card, right? I jumped right into a FUT Champs level match, right? No warm-up, no nothing, but I was already firing, right? Decent enough, right, that when I got into the FUT Champs level match, right, the first FUT Champs level match, right, I didn't have to, like, you know, like I didn't have to dust off any cobwebs, any recent cobwebs or anything, right? So what you're seeing is a perfect representation of how Eusébio plays, and not, you know, like something on the AI's end of the spectrum, right? The attributes of the card, right, itself. So what can I tell you right off the bat about Eusébio? Guys, 5-star skill moves, right? 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, right? And is he always in the correct position? Yes. Is he going to put away almost every single chance when he goes up top? Yes, right? And here you see Jorginho with that absolute banger of a goal, right? So it's 2-0, right? By the 19th minute. But yeah, let's stay on topic because this is a player review and we're essentially getting an initial impressions of how the 93 Eusebio, Prime Icon Eusebio plays in game, right? And I know it's past the Team of the Year cycle, but this card is still going for 2.7 million coins, right, on the PlayStation Network, right? And it does vary across platforms, but it's still one of the highly sought after cards in FIFA 23, right? Because obviously there's that kind of like that kind of like superstition that there's hidden traits. It could be placebo, who knows, right? But it's just one of those things where you want Eusebio in the side, right? And look, my opponent, you cannot take anything away from my opponent. He scores that brilliant goal with Puskás. Guys, I'm telling you right now, like this, like there's no, in terms of like FIFA 23, in terms of like the FUT, right? FIFA Ultimate Team. After Team of the Year, like I said in previous videos, the drop-off rate is insane, right? The only people that are left playing this game at this stage in the game, until Team of the Season, of course, right, are the diehards or, you know, the people that are still casual, but a little, but it's really like the upper tier casual players to the high-end players to the elite level players, right? That's all you're gonna see. That's all you're gonna see. And, you know, like, unless it's like your first go around, right? But the majority of players that you play at a high level, right, or in FUT champs that you come across in FUT champs are just going to be people that are still hungry for the game, right? So, okay, I gotta cough again.
Yes, it's been a really energetic display from them so far. The passing's been sharp.
But guys, we're trying out this absolutely goated side, right? And I absolutely love this side. It's a 100 for a pure RTG, right? For 100% a pure grinded out RTG where you have to distribute your energy, right? In terms of grinding, because when you have to distribute your energy across all modes in the game, especially on a pure RTG, when you're not putting in a dime at all from the start of the FIFA 23 cycle to the ending of the FIFA 23 cycle or any FIFA cycle, right? The FUT cycle, it is that much harder, right? The only time you're ever on level with your fellow gamers, right, and barely, right, is right at the beginning of the FIFA cycle, right? Right at the beginning. That's it. And maybe at the end when everything levels out with Team of the Season, right? Across all leagues. So guys, we finished the first match, right? We finished the first match 4-1. And guys, literally 10 minutes in, right? Eusebio with the weak foot. Guys, it's a no-brainer. And then that Jorginho goal, that goal was just absolutely spectacular to look at. We literally only tried out the card. We didn't play any friendlies. We tried out the card only in FUT Champs level matches, right? So I played 2 and then I went to sleep, right? I was just like, okay, I did a lot of work in terms of like content creation, editing, like, you know, grinding up for the packs, and it was just like a job well done, right? It's like when you put in a lot of work throughout the week, right, in terms of like grinding. It was like a lot of offline grinding though, right? But it's still a lot of like tedious work, right? It's like I cannot stress this to you enough. My fellow YouTubers, my fellow people that understand this, you know how hard it is, especially when you're not putting in a dime, how insane it is to pull these level players, right? To put these level players into your team, right? It gets so much more harder, especially when the pack balls are just trash almost all year round, right? It's like the 1% chance that you pull something absolutely huge, right? But the thing about the FUT Birthday promos, right? The Team 1 and Team 2 FUT Birthday promo, EA gave us swaps. They compensated us for our time in a much more equitable manner, right? They gave us daily login packs. They gave us swaps tokens. They gave us millions of ways to play, right, in terms of like friendlies. So they really made the fun factor still, you know, the fun factor is still there, that you can still pull a high level player, that you can still craft a very unique side, right? Every side's gonna look different, right, due to the novelty of the cards and the promos that they offer, right? So it's just good times, right? It's just good times. We're getting into the second match, right? And I know I can go on a tangent, right? And I really don't want to do that for a player review, but guys, you're seeing the initial impressions of my my experience with Eusebio in this God tier side, right? It's not really, it's like it's the lowest rung of God tier sides possible, right? That's what I would say, right? Because it's post team of the year, right? And people have much higher stat cards in the position. So this is probably like the low, extremely low end, right? It's like hitting the cutoff, right? That's how I would phrase it, right? Because there are better players, not too many, but there are better players, right? So for example, Stoichkov is my left wing. We can have a much higher rated left winger in the game. We can have like at this stage in the game, you can have like Ronaldinho as your left wing, right? The highest version of the Ronaldinho card. I got a cough again. And so on and so forth, right? But the Stoichkov was grindable very early on. That Maldini card is like still so endgame in the that SBC that was offered. Still so endgame at this stage in the game, right? The Sergio Ramos card, grindable, right? There are a lot of cards that were really grindable. The Zambrotta card, right? Absolutely insane in game, right? So there are a lot of cards that you could find into your side, right? Eusebio just in the perfect position, right? We make it 2-1. Right, of course, because I put a hawk on him, and guys, I'm telling you, that's the chem style you're gonna want to use, right? The dribbling stats on the Eusebio card, I want to get back on topic really quickly. The dribbling stats on the Eusebio card, obviously, there's a FUT Birthday Icons version of the Eusebio card that literally just dropped yesterday. Has better dribbling stats, but it's like it's not diminishing returns, right? There's going to be things, there's going to be subtleties about the higher version of the card that's going to be noticeable in game. There always is, right? But it's going to be very subtle, right? So what I'm going to say is that the dribbling stats are acceptable. It's a 93 dribbling, right? 93 dribbling, and it's distributed. The individual stats in terms of like the 93, the stats are distributed adequately, right? So good times there, right? The passing stats could be a little better, but it's good enough. It's good enough to get the job done. Guys, I took my foot off the gas. I started monologuing. That internal chatter, right? Sometimes I think you guys understand this, right? Anytime you're in like a competitive framework, right? A competitive mode, whether it be FIFA related, competitive, like sports related, just like training related, like just doing a task at hand. When your internal chatter gets a little too loud, right, and you take your foot off the gas, or you start like zoning out, right? There's your example of what happens, right? So I started monologuing, right? And I've been speaking about that frequently. I've been speaking about that frequently in the past couple of videos because it is a thing. It is a thing, right? To calm your internal chatter takes that much more, right? Discipline, right? And when you're a content creator, you're kind of like thinking about the topics that you want to talk about, right? When you're playing FIFA, especially, right? You're kind of you're thinking, okay, you're making check marks. Okay, he's good at this, right? Guys, check this out. Boom, boom, boom. The fire on that goal was absolutely insane. We make it 4-2 in the second match, right? And you cannot take anything away from my opponent. My opponent had a really good team, right? But in the second match, right, the second FUT Champs level match, right, he was playing very good. He was I definitely he had a really good team, right? But he was like a crosser, right? I didn't like the formation that he was playing was very unique, right? I don't really see that formation too much, but he relied heavily on crossing, guys. Boom. But the indicator that he was actually a really skilled opponent was actually that he was using a regular goalkeeper in the back line. That meant that usually means when you see it, it's like an intimidation thing, right? When you come across these players, right? Whenever they put like a regular gold or a silver goalkeeper in the back line, it means that they're very comfortable defensively, right? So that's just something you have that you would know if you've played this game that often, right? There are people that do that, right? It's to keep the game interesting from their point of view, right? You have to think about it from their point of view, right? They're testing their defensive abilities, and they're testing their things, and you know it's a confidence booster to know that you can play with a regular goalkeeper and things like that, right? I've come across in like every FIFA FUT mode, right? There's always that one player that has like icons across the board, right? And it's also possible that he just finished an SBC, right? And he needed to drop something in there, right? For the weekend league, right? That's also a possibility. But usually people that just do that in general, they're usually very comfortable. They're very, very comfortable with their defensive capabilities in-game, right? Just one of those things. But anyway, LaFont is working really well for me. Guys, we make it 7-3, right, by the 70th minute. And this is going exactly as I was hoping it was going to go. Obviously, I was playing at, I was playing at the correct tempo, right? I was playing at a very high tempo. I was playing very strategically. I was playing the way an unfun experience of FIFA would play, right? But I wanted to make sure that I highlighted the card correctly, right? Normally, I don't play at this level consistently in the past couple of years. I've stated that in previous videos, right? It's just like, you know, a lot of things happen in the background where it pulls away, right? At least in my experience, in my life experience, right? I have a lot of things going on in the background, and you just have to, you know, you have to pull back. You got to pull back from time to time, right? And you just have to, your energy expenditure is different. So I don't normally play like a go hard, like hyper competitive anymore, right? That's just not me, right? Not anymore, right? I kind of like the fun, like to keep the fun factor alive in things, right? But guys, no, you cannot take away anything from your opponent. My opponent was very class opponents, right? First two opponents, very class in FUT Champs, right? And I'm gonna, you know, like, I'm gonna play FUT Champs this weekend because I really want to try out this team. Like, this team is just so gorgeous to look at on paper, and how the team actually plays. Oh my God, it's fire, right? That goal with Diaby just caught me off guard, right? Because I took my foot off the gas again. But guys, yeah, Jorginho, so versatile still at this stage in the game. And guys, Eusebio just hammering home the point, right? 93 Eusebio, prime icon Eusebio, just sending it away. The power on this. One thing I'm gonna tell you is that what translates in game, I'm not joking, what translates in game for this card, the weak foot really feels like a 5-star weak foot. The shot power on the card is insane, and the finishing is near perfect, right? It's probably perfect, right? It feels perfect in game, right? Some cards, they'll have the stats there, but the card themselves, like, it glitches out, or it doesn't play like the card, like the stats. Like, I know you guys have had this experience as well, but guys, 2 games in, and it's 6 goals, guys. 6 goals. That is absolutely what you want to see. Right now, I would just give you a flat-out review, right? Does he feel like he's worth 2.7 million coins in game? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. This is the biggest no-brainer of a player review, right? Obviously, there's a 94 version of the Eusebio card. 94 Eusebio is out. People who've got him, they're probably going to have loads of fun with him, but I am very, very content in just even pulling that card, right? I've pulled him in previous years, but guys, in FIFA 23, how does he feel? He feels like a 10 out of 10 player. I'm not joking with you. I'm not joking with you. He's on par with any of the Team of the Year players, right? Or just right under, right? That's how he feels in game. He feels very, very good in game. Did I have to play extremely intensely? Yes, I did, right? But that's just in general because I wanted to make sure that like I'm saying, right? I don't want to be, you know, like I don't want to be like a machine 24/7 anymore, right? Like, no, it's not sustainable at a certain age, right? At a certain point in your life. This level of playing is just not sustainable, right? There's too many other things that's going to be vying for your attention, right? And I've stated this, but last night I had I had to play my best, right? I had to play at my absolute best with the card, right? The best I possibly could with this team, because I would be doing the team a disservice, right? The team that I put together a disservice, right? Because the players that I've got on the team, right? There's no excuse for you not playing 3 FUT Champs levels matches with the side that I've put together, right? Because if you've been grinding all season long, right? Save like the weeks that I took off and I'm still sick, right? You would be, you know, you'd be just super happy to even play with this level team, right? At a FUT Champs level, right? Am I? But I have to hammer home the point, guys. I still have to climb in rivals, right? The distribution of my energy and my time, right? I did not get to climb rivals yet, and I need to just climb rivals, right? And we did shift back over to like the team building aspect, right? And the grinding aspect, right? So we could just polish the axe, sharpen the axe a little better. I use that quote, right? Just so that we prepare adequately, so that we're on level, so that we have an easier grinding experience when we do climb the ladder, right? And sometimes it takes a little longer. It's a time tax, obviously, because it's this is essentially still a pay-to-win game, right? And there's going to be people that have GOAT tier level sides put together, like I'm not even joking, like sides that would just put me to shame, like the highest version of Mbappe, the highest version of Eusebio, Pele, right? You name it, Hullet, right? The highest version of a Hullet card in their side, right? The backline will just be absolutely goated, right? You understand the Virgil van Dijk, right? The team of the year Virgil van Dijk will be in their backline, right? Or a Militao, or whatever the case may be, and they'll be like pro level as well, right? Am I playing pro level? No. Like I said, I want to keep it casual because I don't want to hit those diminishing returns. But for this player review, I had to play guns blazing. I gotta hammer home that point, guys. And check it out. We get a penalty with Eusebio, right? How freaking cool is this, right? 3 in a row. Like we're well on our way to playing 3 games in a row, 3 wins in a row, and Eusebio with the shot. Guys, he dived, and I was a little ballsy, right? I was a little cocky, right? I had that like Chris Jericho level of cockiness, right, when I took that shot, because I actually took it to his side, right? And that's just something that you should never do, right? Right? But I was just like, you know what? Let's try and blast it home and see what happens, right? But using Stoichkov as a left winger, right? Again, guys, it's 5-2. It's 5-2, guys, and this is the 3rd match, right? And in the 3rd match, like, I got up. Like, I played 2 matches and then I went to sleep. And then I got up and I was scared. I was actually scared because I was gonna like probably like wreck this video, right? Just getting up, because when you get up and you need to warm up in any mode that you play, right? Any pro level mode or competitive mode, you need to warm up. And I didn't warm up. This is the 3rd match, was literally the first match of Saturday morning, right? So 2 on Friday night, 1 on Saturday morning, and this is your initial impressions / player review of Eusebio. So guys, what are the huge takeaways, right? So I'm playing with a Hawk. His aggression's insane. His strength is insane. It shows up in game. His passing is adequate. His dribbling is distributed adequately for this stage in FIFA. His shooting stats are goated. His pace is goated. You don't need to touch too many things, right? It's not perfect pace. It's not, but the shooting makes up for it, right? The shooting stats are just so perfect, right? His defensive capabilities. He's got heading, of course, right? So Eusebio, it's a 9.5 to 10 out of 10 player still at this stage in the game, right? It's just a no-brainer. Is he still worth 2.7 million coins? Absolutely. Guys, this has been Sid with a player review of 93 Eusebio. Peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. Do show some love, and hopefully you guys pull something absolutely insane. Happy Ramadan, by the way, to those of you fasting. Cheers. Sid, out.